Grand Rising Elizabeth. Today is the 17th of May, 2024, where we're doing more and manifesting more in 24. Why? Because we can, because we are creators and we get to decide how our life is going to be. And that's what we're choosing this year. And right now, let's just say right now we're choosing more in 24. And so that being said, let's just ask. From the conference that we had, we talked about more, manifesting more in 24. So I'd like to find out from each of you, what more do you want to manifest in your life regarding your baby? Regarding your baby, what are you manifesting, working on, what are you working on? Not attempting and not trying. What are you working on so that you want to have more, see more, or feel more about that in 24 in regards to your baby, what you are carrying, or what is already here and you're working on. I mean, for instance, my oldest baby is actually, it was born in 1978, and my physical baby was born in 1979. So Fame came a year after the other being my when I started doing hair. And I still now, as we were talking about, as your child, once your child, they're your child, and it doesn't matter how old they are, they're still your child. You still look at them as your child, and it just gets more expensive what you have to do. And they don't listen to everything you say. Like when they're children, you're gonna go here, you're gonna do this, and sit down and all that. But when they get grown, it's a whole different thing, and the needs are different. So
Yeah.
my grown child, the oldest, which is the school, the salon and natural hair. There are things that are changing at the building and spaces opening up that I need to fill in, and opportunities that we are creating. For instance, we have the make and take and art going on in there. We have the food going on upstairs, Lizzie's kitchen and such. So and my new baby, which is actually the kitchen, Lizzie's kitchen is a new baby. And then I have all these other children in between that. Okay, so but more in 24 is really for me to get that kitchen upstairs off and running, and all the activities that are going to go on in the building, making that solid. And along with that comes other things. For instance, if you weren't there, Rev did yet what Wednesday was her last day as far as her facilitating on Wednesdays. And so there is, I'm open for what God is going to do in reference to that replacement, what's going to happen. So I got a few ideas, but we'll see what actually happened, because one thing I do know is we make our plans, but then what happens is really, what happens, and it's all good. It's all good. I see it as all good, all good. So like that. So who wants to go first? And then we're going to turn it over to my Lolly
I'll go
with a
first
beautiful
quickly.
smile. I haven't seen that smile today. I know you're going, you somewhere.
I can go first. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
go ahead, Joy. Yes, honey.
Just doing more in organizing, being more focused on my business. I've got whole lot on my plate, and I think it's just everybody has a lot on their plate now. It seems like, but just organization is so important,
Mm-hmm.
and it's ongoing. It seems like it's always evolving. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
I want to piggyback on Joy. Yes, the organization is ongoing always. And I realize that when I look at pictures from when I was younger, I was always organizing. It was always a mess on my desk. And I said, I want, I will, I intend different with the desk situation. Right now, it's still got stuff on it. Doesn't need to be on here. Um, but also just being more out in the world, um, being my authentic self out there. And again, Gwen Winston reiterated my doing a gallery show. And I'm thinking, and my mind goes with, I don't have enough to go into a gallery, but I can get enough,
Yeah.
a small show, something just to show what I'm about, but I really see the make and take and the doing the just art with everyday things being something that's really healing and people really say and go away feeling really good about themselves. And I really like that. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. So yeah, I intend to be out there more organized, that I can just pull things maybe at a week's notice, or to do a lot more in the community, being more of a source.
Yeah. Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'm with everybody as far as cleaning and organizing and letting go of some stuff. And I got a flyer for my what is it? Social media class for seniors and also social media for business. And I know because I wasn't prepared at the conference, I need to call people up who said that they were interested and really get people registered and enrolled. Yeah. I want to get back and I really want to get back into my holistic wellness healing, but I also know at the same time I'm enrolling in getting a car, hopefully with this least amount of money down to get back rolling, to be back mobile. So we are, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I did get two perspectives from the conference as far as clients. So I am working to, solidify those contracts, get them ready to go. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Star.
My more than 24, what I'm working on now is myself. Not realizing, accepting who I am and what I came here to do, and actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the message that I gave, it was, I was nervous giving it. However, receiving it was really quite an experience. And so it really woke me up for me to be the one to say it, which means since I said it, I really have to do what it says.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is what I am working on in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Ashe. Maureen, girl, what's up? What are you birthing or raising? If you're talking, we don't hear you. Okay, there you go.
I'm learning how to use my buttons. No, yeah. I love what Evelyn said about being ready at a moment's notice to be out there,
Mhm.
but also to keep coming back into a balance and finding that recharging place, the place of who I am to do that. And that came from my routine. Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
that was at the bottom of my prize list every day. You get to do this when all those other things are done, but you're tired and ornery. And so do it first, work it in throughout the day. And so I'm creating more of my own art in tiny bit, and I'm working toward working with larger groups to have that be like a like the validation dream job kind of thing. Just
Mhm.
little bits connecting with those things that I've put on the back burner. But I'm actually doing little bits at a time with all the other stuff. It's great. Thank you.
Oh, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of art, before I get to Lolly, because you're gonna take it and then run with it, I wanted to show you something that I think is absolutely beautiful. Look at that.
Ooh, yes.
Is that not gorgeous?
Do that.
Mama Evelyn created this.
Oh, that is.
That is absolutely beautiful. So, for those who don't know, for the last 11 years now, we have been doing what's called Hug Detroit Day. And that's a day, it's a festival where, we have entertainment all day and vendors and people just come out and have a good day, and we hug one another, right? And so when I saw this, where did I saw it at when Mama Evelyn sent Star her slides. I'm like, what? And I thought it was a physical thing that's already blown up big and stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Then when I asked her about it, she just is, on a probably an 8.5 by 11, just a sheet, and she had those pieces that she has. I don't know if y'all went back where in the art and saw it, but she has all these little pieces, and some of them are already painted and stuff. And she created that. Well, I sent that to Sky. We embellished it, put this in. And then when she added the 313 on there, oh my goodness. And first she had a small hug, but hug is the main word for Hug Detroit Day. And then she modified that and sent that, and this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I wanted to share that art with you all about, and we're going to use that as our theme, the art piece that we have. So I checked with about t-shirts. Don't y'all want a t-shirt like that with that on it? Yes, yes, yes. And yeah, so from now on, we're going to feature an artist every year. And so Mama Evelyn is the first one. So I checked out how much it's going to cost to do the t-shirt. Have you ever been to those festivals where they always have a poster that they either give them out or you can buy them? They're gonna have to pay them right for this year. But and then you buy it, and then some people, they save those. You walk into their house and they got art from every festival they've ever attended. They've got some kind of piece on there. So yeah, we're going to do that as well. So I wanted to share that with you. I think this is outstanding, and I think that everybody and their mama and their babies are going to want one. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get one before Hug Detroit days so that I can start wearing it around and take pictures in it and really promote it and stuff.
We'll get mine too.
Yeah.
I want one too. And then
Yeah.
also, I didn't know the Hug Detroit that's on Iron Street in East Jefferson, that building there. You said that you painted that.
Yeah.
Or who
Yeah.
painted that?
Yeah.
Was that you?
Yeah.
You physically went out there and
Oh, that was
painted?
dope.
Yeah, because the guy, we didn't ask the owner. And, so the man that was across the street, he called the owner, and the owner came and confronted me about it. Now, let me say that I didn't do all the artwork. There was a piece that this other guy had started, and then I just went on and finished the whole thing because he never came back. So I had to actually do all the other stuff. Anyway,
Okay, so
so he
as
was
your social
jamming
media-
me up,
as your
and
oh, go ahead.
he was jamming me up, and then Fame was coming from the gas from the store, and he walked up, and he said, "What's up? What's up here?" And he protected his mama, and he handled that guy. And then the guy said, "Well, it really looks nice, so just leave it up there." So that was years and years and years and years ago. Yeah, but the majority of that, Danielle, yes, I did. I did.
Okay, so as your social media goddess, you and I have got to get together on a clear day, videotape that portion right there and capture that story, because that story is something that will sell, that would get more people involved for the next Hug Detroit. See, I never knew that. I've seen it, but never asked the question about it. And the mere fact that you did it, yeah, we got to document that, record that, because that's an amazing story. That's a great story to share with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know.
Just
So,
saying. I'm just
yes,
saying.
and I want a t-shirt too. I want a t-shirt too so I can promote. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's really, 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 really cool.
So this is our logo for this year's, is that the official logo for this year's Detroit Day?
It's not the logo, it's the art piece. The logo is still the D, and there will still be t-shirts with the, Detroit and the hugging, the D. But there will also be that as well. Uh-huh. All right, and so my beautiful, really, really live person in the belly, Mama. We can call you Mama now. Oh, the party was so good last night. I danced till my husband, before I went to bed, had to massage my legs because we're starting to cramp up. But I went to Mama Het's celebration last night and had a wonderful time. I tell you, their music. Oh, yeah. They played some, and her daughter was playing the music as well as her husband. But the setting was really cool people. And I just danced. Yep. And was looking for one of y'all to walk through. None of you walked through. So unless you were there before I came, because I didn't get there till around 10.
I got left behind. I thought somebody else was supposed to pick me up, not you. And they didn't. It was like, it was a whole fiasco. I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah.
So my lovely Lolly, it's all yours. What are you pregnant with?
Well, I'll let you know. I wanted to start off with this song, this snippet of a song I remember from my childhood, and it'll help to answer the question. But yeah, I'm just thinking about, the things that I'm pregnant with, the visions, the dreams, everything. And I realized everything that everything I'm dealing with is just a part of my preparedness plan. So it reminds me, it's when I was in church when I was younger, there was a song the choir would sing. And it was like, Lord, prepare me to
Mhm.
be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. And with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Okay, so that just came to my head as I'm thinking about the answer to the question, because it's like I really have to walk with gratitude. I think that is like one of the biggest things, regardless of what the situations look like, my vision, my dream, where it is at the moment, where I think it should be, what I think I should be doing, how much I think I should be making. I have to just walk in gratitude first and foremost and just be in this space of being prepared for everything that is gonna work out for me, that's about to happen for me, understanding that all things are working out for my good anyway. So I would say that's the one of the biggest things that I'm currently working through is just continuing to have that gratitude for being in this position, which
Mhm.
is really challenging.
Mhm.
Um, and then of course, I would also agree organization is a key aspect of carrying out a lot of these dreams and visions, these babies. And overall health, mental health, making sure that I am in the gratitude will help in this as well. But just keeping my mental health and fortitude
Mhm.
as I go through these journeys of the many things that I'm doing. Um, and being open to new ideas, but not only being open to new ideas, being actually executing those ideas as they come and never backing down from the fact that the visions and the dreams that I've received to carry out are indeed mine to carry out. And there's nothing to be afraid of.
Mhm.
Just do it. So that's where I'm at. I think those are some of the biggest things. Um, just thinking like even more specifically with my business Herbiflora, where I talk about herbal education as it relates to clearly herbs, and also inclusive of some of the more controversial but very well used herbs like cannabis. And so like sitting down and creating my lesson plans and figuring out my audience, my target audiences, and organizing those things so that I can pitch what I offer to those audiences, and then there will be ways to make money out of pitching those ideas, those classes, whatever.
Mhm.
So that's one of the things with my music. I realized yesterday when I was sitting in the car shop for the second time this week with a limited amount of financial support to pay for my car.
Mhm. Yeah.
um I was just singing to myself as I was waiting. And I was like, I really got to be more serious, even about my singing and performing. Like, this is also a gift. And I need to organize myself and place myself in a position to utilize my gift and my talents to make money as well, more than I am now. Um, and that it is something that I enjoy. So, yes. And then And then what else? And I'm thinking about this actual physical pregnancy and how challenging it is, not because the pregnancy itself, but just because the preparing for motherhood is interesting, especially because I'm still figuring out my businesses and everything else and getting myself in a stable space and accepting that sometimes you step into the strong black woman. Yeah, you step into the strong black womanhood and that's where you've got to be for certain things. And so it's a lot of work that needs to continue to be done. But with Thanksgiving, with gratitude, I'm
Mhm.
going to continue to be this vessel for whatever it is that um, I'm supposed to be doing, whatever purpose I'm supposed to be living and fulfilling and sharing with the world. And so that's the attitude I have to have. So that's that. But with all of that being said, earlier this week, before more of the shenanigans happened in my life, I was sitting in my bed watching some things on Facebook, some videos, and there was one particular video. If you follow me on Facebook, you may have seen it, you may not. I'm gonna share it. If I have the ability to share screen, I'll share that in a second. But I literally was watching it and I started crying so hard. And it's not a sad video, y'all. It's not a sad video. So I know part of it was hormones, okay? I am sensitive right now. However, also, it was something that was very powerful for me that came out of it. And it was the idea that those dreams and visions that you have, like I mentioned earlier, they are truly yours to carry out. And don't second guess them. Like you have these dreams and you're like, I should do this. No, that's crazy. I should do this. Nah, I don't have dot. You should do this. Nah, that just don't make sense. Like, and we stop ourselves. I stop myself. I don't know about anybody else, but I have habits of stopping myself from carrying out certain visions that I have. And I'm like, what's the hindrance here? It's just me. There's nothing else stopping me. I recently, and I have to work on this, but I had a dream. I posted it and everything. I had all the momentum at first. I had this dream that my company was going to work with this restaurant. We're going to help them with their grand opening. I was going to pack the place out. We were going to buy food. I had this dream and I posted it. And guess what? That restaurant reached out and we were in conversation. And then that restaurant, I told that restaurant, I'm like, okay, I got to create y'all a proposal plan or whatever. And they were like, okay, send it here. And guess what didn't happen? I didn't send them my proposal plan yet. So how am I supposed to carry out this dream and I'm not sending the proposal plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes.
They call that self-sabotage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Self-sabotaging, sister. We all do it.
Yes.
Self-sabotaging.
So I gotta work on that. I have to work on that. However, I wanted to share this video with y'all so that you can understand why maybe I had my little moment after watching it. But let me see. And I had been seeing before I watched the video, I had just been seeing that dream you had is for you, or that dream God gave you for a reason. I've been seeing those posts like randomly, like just anywhere I go, I'm reading something, whatever, and it just keeps popping up. And then I had to watch this video and I'm like, dang. I think they're trying to tell me something.
God is
Like,
trying to tell you.
okay, like I'm tapping you on the shoulder. You're not listening. You're not listening. If you don't carry that thing out, I'm gonna give it to somebody else. No, do it.
Don't
do it. Okay, let me see if I can expand this video. If not, then let me see something. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh, what happened? Okay. Okay.
Up in this tractor place, but the energy that this woman is giving off just feels really comforting, and I'm gonna say hello and see how our day's going. So let's go. Excuse me. Hi, I'm sorry to bother you. I have this random like feeling of like coming up and saying hello to you right now. So I wanted to say hi and see how your day was going.
Okay, it's great. My name's Lori.
Hi, Kara. Good to meet you.
Kara. Yeah, I'm just standing here dreaming. We have a farm up the road. We grow food for area food banks. We love Kubota. We actually this year I bought my first tractor.
Whoa! Oh my
It was a
gosh.
huge deal for the farm. This is probably a not gonna happen thing, not right away anyway.
Do you guys have like tours of the farms ever, or do people come out? Really?
Yeah, we do.
I love documenting people's stories.
Well, I'd love to show it to you. I mean, whether you document it or not, just come. We're right up the road.
Right now?
Sure.
Really?
I'm available if you're available.
Okay, that would be awesome. You never know until you ask, because now I'm going to her farm. She said to meet her at the Red Barn, so here we go. This is awesome. It's beautiful. God, this is amazing.
Hey, Cecily. Let me introduce you to Cecily.
How's it going?
Cecily, this is Kara, a new best friend that I
Hi.
just met at the tractor, at Coleman Tractor.
Is that seriously how you met?
Yes. It's like so insane to me that like I just ended up here and you're telling me about your berry patch.
Yeah. Welcome. I got involved with By Faith Farm because of my job with Society of St. Andrew. We are a hunger relief, food waste awareness national nonprofit, and I'm the program coordinator for Tennessee. So I cover the entire state. The whole premise of my job is to work with farmers and growers across the state. Before they turn their fields over, I will go out with volunteers and we'll glean the fields. And then we donate it to local feeding agencies. And obviously By Faith Farm is a perfect place for me to be at because they donate all of their food. This is the berry patch. I have my trusty tool with me and I'm just gonna be in here plugging along, getting all the weeds out.
We've had the farm since 2011. 3 years prior to that, my husband was a dentist. I worked in the office doing accounting, and one night I had a dream, and it was just like the most vivid, real dream I'd ever had in my life. I saw ponds and pastures and trees, and it was all very green and beautiful, and then at the end, there was just a voice, and the voice said, buy land, grow food, and give it away. And I woke my husband up, and Jim rolled over and said, shut up and go back to sleep. He worked on a farm as a kid, and he kept saying, Lori, you have no idea. That's not a dream. It is a nightmare. We can't do that. But then the dream persisted. It came back many times. You know, it's like, you got the wrong number. I'm not a farmer. I can't even grow a green plant, much less a farm. I had another dream, but there was no visual at all. It was just a voice, and the voice said, put your house on the market now. We weren't thinking of selling our house. This was in 2010, and the real estate market was totally dead. Long story short, Jim comes home. He's like, I know what you're doing. I was like, what? He said, you're going to sell this house. Well, I started laughing and thinking, what gave it away? You know, I organized his closet, the tools in the garage and everything. He goes, because you put the bread in the pantry, and you never put the bread in the pantry. Then after we talked about it, how random it would be for this house to sell, because the house across the street had been on the market for more than 2 years. He goes, okay, if this house sells, that'll be God saying go to the farm. Called the real estate agent, said just list it. We're kind of just testing the market. It was May of 2010 in Nashville when the 100-year flood happened. Most of Nashville was underwater, Opryland Hotel, all that. And nothing was happening, you know? And then we got a call from the real estate agent, and she said, I hope you're sitting down. She said, we got a contract on your house with no contingencies. My husband looked at me and said, I guess we got to find that farm. Jim, being the very logical man that he is, once he decided that, he said, okay, if we're going to do this, then it cannot be more than 15 acres. It cannot be more than 30 minutes from my office. It cannot be more than X amount of money. And I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, he's on board. We were looking at farms in Springfield, and the real estate agent said, listen, there's one more farm we're going to drive right past. It's for sale, and it's nothing like on Jim's list, but we want to go by there just for fun. This farm is 97 acres, 4 times the amount of money that Jim said we could spend, and about an hour from his office. But he just looked at me and he said, put an offer on it. I was like, what? Because he never does anything impulsively. It's always planned out, you know, months, years in advance. Well, it was this farm. And I journaled that day, Lord, if this is the farm, if this is what you want, give me a number in my head as to what it would sell for. So I got a number in my head and I just wrote it in my journal. I didn't tell Jim. He went to the real estate agent and said, listen, this is way over our budget. She came back and she said, listen, they love what you're going to do to the farm, but they have a really hard bottom line. This is it. They can't accept anything less. And it was a lot less than what they listed for, but it was exactly the number in my journal. Whoa. Then I knew this was it. This was the farm. We bought it, and kind of the rest is history.
I don't know who I'd be if I didn't know you would probably fall off the edge. I don't know where I'd go if you ever let go, so keep me held in your hands.
The amazing thing is all the beautiful people that now come. But I felt like, okay, we've been given this job, we need to do this job. And I'm not much of one for asking people for help, you know, it's just not really in my nature. And it took a while before I figured out that's what it's about. It isn't about us, definitely not about me. It's about this community of people that was coming, that wanted to work together to give food, to help out those in need. And in 2020, everybody was going through the same hurt, the same anxiety. They wanted to get out of the house and they wanted to help other people. And that's when the volunteers really started coming. And that's when I knew this is it. But what we do really is what we do. By Faith Farm is a community of people giving back to the community, and that's what we do.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I did watch that. I saw your post. Yeah. Evelyn, you had
That was
something to
beautiful, Alex. Beautiful.
Oh, no, I said it in the chat. I see why you cried, because I was about to tear up.
say? Okay.
Yeah.
You're on mute, baby.
So it wasn't just my hormones then. Okay.
Beautiful story.
It was. But yeah, it just reminded me. It was so many parts of the story that just reminded me of the dreams, the vision, the confirmation, the naysayers, the just everything that just happens, and then how things just fall in line when you finally are being a willing vessel for the purpose that has been given to you.
Yeah.
And it reminded me to push. I was like, there's so many things that I already have. Like I'm thinking about, like I mentioned, I'm not yet in the financial space that I want to be in, but it's not that I need to sit and reflect on the fact that I don't have enough money. I gotta pay my credit card. I gotta blah, blah, blah. I don't have. No. It's not about what you don't have. It's so much that we do have. It's so much that I have to cultivate. It's like, here's the seed, like those dreams that I get and everything's like, here, I'm gonna give you the seeds. You got everything you need. You got a community, you got your computer, you got whatever you need to do to fertilize and cultivate this seed and get it ready to grow. And then that seed could sprout so many beautiful things for you. But you gotta plant it first. And if you're not planning, you're not going to your garden, you're not going to your mental farm or your physical farm or whatever to actually go ahead and put that groundwork in. There's no foundation for which that purpose, that vision, that dream can really take root. So this is I was talking to myself, okay? Hopefully maybe I'm talking to somebody in here. I don't know. But please, if you have a dream or a vision, go for it. And I really appreciate that I'm around other people who also have dreams and visions. So shout out to the Elizabeths, okay? Because it's really difficult to carry out those dreams and visions and the groundwork when you're around people who don't believe in your mission at all, or who don't have a mission of their own and they just don't have the capacity to see why it's so important. Because they have no focus at the moment. They haven't found theirs. And that even reminds me of like I had a friend that was like when I was one of the I mean, there's some things I was struggling with, And so I was like, well, if I can have a friend just call me every morning, make sure I'm up and moving and actually getting stuff done or whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna recruit my other friend. And I recruited my friend, and one day passed and she was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this for you. And I'm like, girl, you haven't even called me one time. This is a check-in for the both of us. I'm checking on you, you checking at me. We could call each other, but it was just like, people don't see, if people don't have their own personal mission yet, and they haven't like really seen their life as purposeful, they can't see yours as purposeful either, and they have nothing to give to you. But when you are around people who understand that there is something very profound about their lives and their gifts and their talents and their dreams and their visions, they're not only wanting it for themselves, hopefully, but they also want that same thing for you, because that is a good feeling. It is a good feeling when you have those, not even, I mean, when you have the dreams is really good, because you're like, oh, I got an idea. Okay. But when you're actually like able to carry it out and it's successful in whichever way it's supposed to be successful, it just feels so good. You feel so complete. And I want everybody to have that feeling.
Yeah.
It feels
Lolly, you're truly my little sister, because I feel like I'm going through the same exact thing. And I'm like, I think I had a temper tantrum Wednesday with a friend of mine, and I'm just venting because, what you guys don't know is 2 weeks before the conference, I got let go from my main source of income, which I'm not even upset. It was just an inconvenience, and there was a whole lot of drama going on that side anyways. So for it to happen, it was just like, okay, let me just get to the conference and I'll figure everything else out later. And, I'm figuring everything else out later. And then I get something from my storage unit. It's like, I got to pay something today. And I was just venting because it's like, okay, I got to go and ask my family for help. And they all want me to go to the post office and get a secure job. They're boomers. So it's like that boomer generation, they worked 40 years for a company. They got pensions. They got stuff that is not available to me today as a millennial. It's like, it's just not. So I'm like, I've heard that, and I was just, and I know what I could do. I saw a colleague of mine put something on Instagram. I was like, I could do that. Oh, you just gave me the numbers. It's like the numbers of what I'm supposed to be doing and how I'm supposed to be charging are finally coming vicariously through somebody else. And when I told this person this, they was like, but you're not them. I was like, whoa, okay. I'm a little back. It's like I don't get support. The support I get from the Elizabeths. Everybody else outside the Elizabeth circle is like, and it's not as if I don't want to hear it, but I'm like, okay, I know I need stability. I know I need a certain amount of income coming in regularly, to sustain, to create this lifestyle that I want. And I'm like, just to hear that come from their mouth was just like, wow. And then was always say, well, everything else you're trying to do is not working. So you might as well start listening to everybody else because there's something there. And I was just like, oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. And then all of a sudden the money that I needed to come in, some opportunity opened up. And I'm just like, okay, I'm taking it. It's gonna help me in the temporary and everything else. However, I'm still in caregiving field, but I want to move into admin. I'm like, I'm a healer and I'm not healing. I'm maintaining and I don't like it. And I'm like, yeah, this is not it right here. This is not it. So I feel you, Lolly. Like everything that you just said, I feel you, like my little sister, like, are we going through the same exact thing here? And I know I got to sit down and plan my lesson plans and start teaching and start doing. Yes. I'm like, everything I'm listening to you is like a mirror reflection of what I'm going through right now.
Mm-hmm. Ashe.
Listen, if you need a work party, okay, because I know you need what is it, the mall wiping, wall mopping party. But if you need a work party, I don't mind co-working. yeah, I won't talk your ear off. I'll sit there and then I'll work and then you take a break to go for a walk, come back and then get this done. I'm totally for it.
I mean, I like being in spaces where what is it? Work dates. We working on what you working, I'm working on what we sometimes you just need to be around that energy and just get stuff done. Because when you by yourself, your mind wanders. That's why I like working with Queen. We could be in the same space working on two different things, but stuff is getting done because you just got that same energy of feeding your baby, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I've been in such resistance to just go out and get a 40-hour work, because I'm like, I won't be feeding my baby. I mean, in a way I will, but in a way I won't. And I'm like, yeah, or I need to find something that's in the field that I want to do so that it's not like, you know, working at McDonald's. It's just that ain't gonna work for me. My holistic side just will not let, no.
No, right.
Yeah,
Right.
no, not at
Like
Go
all.
and
people be
kill
like,
some people.
well, maybe I need to walk down to Beyond Juicery. Okay, that's a little bit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's how my mind works. It's like, okay, do I really want to do this, or do I want to do that? Like, I know, but like you said, everything is working. I'm in a space where everything is working in my favor. Like I said, caregiver walked off a case. I picked up money. I will pay my storage unit today. But I do want to clean it out too. But that's a whole nother thing. And then the next thing I got to work on is, making sure the Verizon bill is paid for, because that's how I communicate. And then once I get over that, then it's like, okay, yeah, yeah, I feel you, Lolly. That's all I have to say is I totally, totally feel you.
Well, I know that one of the things is it is after 10, and what I've learned from who I'm listening to right now is about embracing whatever is, embracing versus like when you sang the song, Lord, prepare me to be in a sanctuary, and the whole thing about that when we come here, we choose to come here, we choose what we want to do and stuff, and then we forget it, and we come here and then we forget and have to start from scratch and stuff as to the knowledge of who we are as one with God and the Creator and powerful. When we come on earth, then we leave that. Very few remember. Most of us we start from a baby up, and then we take on whatever the parents are or whatever, however you're being raised. One of the things that one of them said was that even it takes the bad, quote unquote, because nothing is bad. It takes those obstacles that we feel are not good to become what is pure and holy, what is your purpose. But we didn't know that I'd have to go through this shit
Call it what it is.
to do this, because it's part of it. It's part of it. It's part of the iron and iron. Iron and iron. And then you come through it and you see the mercy and the grace and the love and the omnipotence and the all-powerful God that we are one with. We see it then, and then we can turn around and help somebody else that goes through that same thing. But if you don't go through it, you're just this wonderful, beautiful, gold piece that has nothing to offer anything, because you haven't gone through anything. But knowing and when you embrace that challenge, like embrace it, all right, come on with it. It's like when my son going through something, instead of just I need to embrace where he is, how he's feeling. And okay, so let's rock it out. We're gonna go through and we get this. I tell you, my son, you know what? I have bought him computers. I have bought, gotten printers and stuff. Here, you can have this. so you don't have to come over. He finds reasons just to come over here to be in the space of creativity, because either my husband is downstairs doing some music or up, that's going on. I'm working on something. So I know I'm a space of creativity. And sometimes you do need to find that space or someone else that you can be around. And because he'll just come over here. I said, ain't nobody at the shop. I'm just gonna come over there. I'm gonna come over there just so he can be in that space of creativity, something happening. But the learning to embrace the challenges is really the key, and embracing meaning being grateful for this challenge, because it's going to show me who I am. When I found out about the baby, about my husband's child, how I handled that was nothing but grace and love. I said, I like myself because of how I handled it. But know that months before that, even years before that, I was going through, it was like I was pregnant and eating the wrong things and everything else. And I did not know why. Why was I getting this feeling? Why was I interceding? Why was I crying all the time? Why? And it was preparing me for what I was going to go through. And so that I could go through it powerfully and gracefully. So I can go through that. And I could be of service to the situation. I could be of service to help me, because I told God, I said, okay, you almighty God. So you knew that I was going to be married, all that stuff. And so you heal me, you heal my husband, you heal the woman, and then you cover the baby so we can go through this thing. And me being in the whole music industry, a lot of people knew me and us. So, but the way it was handled was nothing but God and the grace of God. But I had to go through that and then embrace it's here. It's here. So he's here. And I knew that once I said his name, it was going to be really real and long. And I knew that. But whatever you're going through, somebody needs you and are waiting for you to be able to help them for when they go through it. And yeah, you're a winner. Bottom line, you are a winner. So when you are able to embrace and say, okay, so what am I going to learn from this? And why is this here? And Lord, what kind of agreement did I make that I was going to meet this person or that person, or I was going to do this? What is that for? And even if you don't get an answer as to what it's for, understanding why you're going through what you're going through, it's there. If you fight it, it's harder, because you're going against something versus just to embrace it, and so that you can go through it faster and easier. So, yeah, you're on the right track, boo. We're all on the right track with whatever is going on in our lives and stuff. And just know, Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. Tried and true. So, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And we are after 10 now. We're 10 minutes, 10:11. It's 10:11. And what is going? Oh, Lolly, your movie.
Yes.
Premiere. I had to
Yes.
write this down because somebody else, I don't know where we were, but somebody else mentioned and that they had tickets or something. They was inviting us to it. Can you give us more? Because that's on the 20, is that on the 23rd? 23rd.
Yeah,
That's
so yeah, Thursday. So the movie is called Granny's Place.
Mhm.
Thursday, May 23rd, 6 p.m. is the red carpet. 7 p.m. is the actual showtime.
Mhm.
It is at the Riviera Cinema in Farmington Hills. And I have tickets, physical tickets. If you they are $35. So I think Eventbrite might have some extra fees. So if you want to just send me $35, I can set aside a ticket for you and then
Mhm.
I can drop it off or something before then.
Mhm.
Um, but if you can also go to Eventbrite and buy your ticket on Eventbrite. And I need to find that link for you too. But I gotta put I'll put the Eventbrite link in the WhatsApp
Yeah.
as well if you just want to do it that way. But
Mhm.
either way is fine. And yeah, that's all.
Okay, cool. So it starts at 6:30. That's the red carpet. The movie
Six.
actually starts, oh, 6
So 6 o'clock is the red carpet,
o'clock. Okay.
and 7 is the show.
Mm-hmm. Now, are these assigned seats?
As far as I know, no. I just think it's first come, first serve. You got your ticket, so you go until they fill up, and then I'm not sure if I think they might have 2 theaters that day.
Hmm.
So we'll see. But yeah, I don't think they're assigned. I haven't been
Okay.
told they're assigned. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll be with you in spirit. I'll be in Georgia.
okay.
Georgia, I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'll definitely be there.
Yay.
So if you come at 6, do you have to walk down that red carpet, or can you just go and avoid the red carpet and go in the theater?
I don't know that much. To keep it safe, maybe just come at like 6:30, 6:40. But I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, probably,
Have it ready.
I'm sure that other movies are going on, so you can always go
Yeah.
through those doors instead of the red carpet doors.
Yeah, probably so.
Mhm,
Good,
mhm.
because if there's no assigned seats, I would like to get a good seat,
Yeah.
Right. All right. No, they don't force people. No, none of them force people to go on the red carpet because they know, you're being filmed and all that kind of stuff. So there's always that choice. Okay. Give yourself a big hug. And give the world a big hug. And sprinkle all kind of blessings and love and peace and holiness and power and all that good stuff, all that stuff.
All that good stuff.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace and prosperity.